Hello everyone, welcome again to the day 6 of our 100 days of UX challenge. Today we will be talking about the chapter 6 AI design patterns, a case study of Sumo Pilot. That was wonderful. I just read it and wanted to record this video, but before that there was an exercise we wanted to do yesterday, so I did it today. uh, this was about like creating a value matrix which we learned in the yesterday's session there. Okay, in this particular problem what we wanted to do is we had to create a value matrix. So I'll show you what I did. So yeah, basically if you see, there are four type of AI decisions AI can make. One is true positive, one is true negative, one is false positive, and one is false negative. Over here I want to there are a lot of text on this slide, sorry for that, but yeah, I wanted to make you understand what exactly I have written over here in a simplest language possible. See, when an AI, in our case, if you see this, this is the problem for, you are having a smart glasses and it is scanning the images everywhere around you. So it's basically recording the videos and like taking. And if you are like, if your heart rate is up and you are still, so it means that you might be thinking something in your brain. So AI wants you to calm down at that particular point of time. So that is the use case, and for that we want to understand like which kind of AI we can use. So just understand, in that case, if you are actually distracted, and AI, your smart glasses actually can detect, okay, that you are distracted. So in that case, that's a win-win for us. That is what we want. Like, we want to reward that situation. So we are giving 350 points, 350 rupees maybe, to this uh, right positive signal. And there could be like a true negative as well. So you are not, so your heart rate might be up, and you are working, you are focused, but that might be because you are giving exam, or like you are in a, you are in other tense situation. Or maybe you are just working after you just did some exercise or something. So it can predict, it can understand that, okay, this, you just came from the gym, that's why your heart rate is still up. So in that case you also want to recognize this negative um, output from your AI, and that should be true. So okay, that you aren't distracted, and AI has also detected that you are not distracted. So in that case, yeah, that's a positive incentive for us. So you are giving like plus 50 points in that case. There could be third scenario of FP, false positive. In that case, if you are maybe, if you are working on something, maybe you are thinking, but your heart rate is up and you are not, I mean, there was an assumption from our end that if you are distracted or you are thinking or something and you are not doing any physical activity, in that case we want you to reset your focus at that particular point of time. But here there could be that you are focused, but it detected that situation in a wrong manner, so it was a false positive. So in that case you want to subtract the point, like 150 points you want to remove. Why I have given like 150? So there is not a huge downside, because I am not a space scientist, or this is not for them, this is for normal people, and we are anyways like getting distracted many times a day. So it's not a big cost for us. For us, the big cost over here is when you are actually distracted and it catches you and just tells you like take a deep breath. So maybe your focus will increase. So there is no downside over here that much. So we are not cutting that much of point in that case. And there is a fourth scenario where AI is giving the false negative. That means um, you are distracted. Okay, you were distracted, but AI did not catch you. AI didn't help you at that time. So then what is the use of using that AI? Okay, I mean, I want those kind of scenarios to be caught. Okay, at any cost, like that is very important for me. So based on that, now you understand that, now you understood that, okay, in our case, what is like important part and what is the downside of guessing wrong. Now we will see what is accuracy. So accuracy means all the correct predictions divided by total predictions. So what are the correct predictions? So let's see this. When you see all the true positives and true negatives. So these are correct. Like AI was correct this many times, and total prediction. So in total prediction, you also count all this. So what is like, if you want to understand how to define accuracy in simplest term, so we'll take an example of spam filter in email box. Okay, so we many times get this spam emails. So some AI suppose is filtering all these spam mails from the normal mails. So now how will this AI, uh, AI will be in terms of accuracy. So for that case, if you read this using the email spam filter example, a model high in accuracy would be cautious in identifying these things as spam and will resist in doing so until it's really sure that an email is spam. As a result, a highly accurate AI may let a lot of spam through the ensure none of the good emails get caught in the filter. So it's like whatever prediction my glass is going to make, in our case we are thinking that whatever prediction our smart glasses are going to make should be accurate. Okay, so uh, it means that none of the none of the focused work will be distracted. Okay, so sometimes you need an accurate AI, but in our case we don't need it because our use case is slightly different than this. um, what is precision? Okay, so there is also one more value matrix called precision. In precision, mostly you want to be true, so it's like true positives divided by true positives plus false positives. Okay, so understand this scenario where you are using an email spam filter, and if your AI is precise, highly precise, it means that very few, good emails will be classified as spam. Okay, so sometimes you need this kind of AI. Maybe in email spam filter, this will be good use case. In our case, if you need precise AI or not, that we will discuss at the end. Then there is also one more example which is called recall. Okay, so this is one more value matrix where sorry, this I just missed this to edit. This is called recall. Yeah, so uh, recall is like true positives divided by true positives and false negatives. So what is true positives and what is false negatives? So when it's like you are aggressive in guessing, okay, so when you guess too much, then there are two scenarios: you will be right and you will be wrong. So first thing about this AI. So the what is the first thing AI do? AI thinks that should I tell the user or not. Okay, so all the positive signals AI is making, AI have to make sure that okay, this particular feedback I'm giving to the user, it's right. Okay, it should be true positive. So uh, that's where AI needs to be ideally. But sometimes when you are trying to throw the dart, it can hurt someone. So mostly it could be either right or wrong. So that's a value proposition there, that you have to understand that it's a it's this way or that way, but you have to guess. So this AI will try to guess. Okay, so high recall is critical when missing any positive uh, is costly. Okay, now you understand, now you try to understand this. It's like in a security you know checking in airports, if some terrorist goes from that particular security, and that could be a major miss for our nation's security. So at that time you want not to miss any positive. So maybe in that case you might check everybody who is a little bit of even suspicious. So that's how you improve the accuracy of maybe you can improve the security of your country. So you need high recall value. You want to be thorough in all the entries you are going through, because you don't want to miss that one false. Okay, and in that case what will happen to the emails spam filter AI, that okay, that it will identify a large number of good emails as spam. Okay, it's similar to that your many of the good emails will be going through spams, but no one spam will be in your inbox. So that's the understanding of the focus, sorry, recall. And now for us, it's the high recall AI will be the best option for us. Why? You understand that okay, all this amongst all this, like accurate, precise and recall, what is the most important part for us? That you shouldn't be distracted. Okay, so that distraction we don't want to miss. We want you to be alert every time. At that particular moment you don't want to miss any slippage of your focus. So yeah, if you see, I have written this like we need to catch most of the moments when we are distracted. That will help us to get focus state again. Even if sometimes we are focused and AI interrupts, we can refocus on taking a breath and start working again. Not much of a cost to our focus. So that's okay, we can go with that. So we can use a high recall AI. So now all this exercise was really important for me to look through this lens, that okay, which kind of AI is useful in my case. So it's not always highly accurate AI is always good for all the use cases. No, this is what we learned. Okay, and this is a really good exercise we can do often, and we can read more about it later. Now this is the case study in the chapter 6, which is Sumo Co-pilot. So this particular uh, so this author has worked on this one. It was his 33rd project, and he was really excited to share about this project, and I even liked whatever he has done in this one. So yeah, I will summarize everything. So one good quote was that to ask yeah, to ask the right question you need to know part of the answer. Okay, if you know what answer should be, then you can articulate the right question. So you need to understand like what is important in this particular use case, in this particular AI use case, and it can contextualize results with visualization, which even a power user can take some times to build. So this AI he built, this is basically a co-pilot for Sumo. Sumo is a, it has a different programming language. With that, it has a lot of scripting, and they have built co-pilot for their use case, because even chat gpt was not able to generate you know really good code at that time for for this Sumo Co-pilot, for this particular Sumo use case. So they had to build it, but they are showing here that okay, how did they build and what kind of design decisions they took to make this particular AI better. So it has a complex, like lot of complex data queries, and how they have built it, like they now any like normal user, non-tech user even can pull off this data queries in normal natural language as well. So that was their win. And but there were some other parts as well which we will discuss. The first thing was the clear vision, that the founder or the technical lead of that team um, had this vision that never let our users go empty handed. So their users, so their main idea was that they have to give some sort of help to these users, so they are not blank when they are coming to the co-pilot. So they wanted to handhold and give them some support, and they don't want to alienate with the new UI and completely like unusable AI. So that actually drove their vision, and they gave the following features to accomplish this. The first thing was a dedicated full screen UI. So they have decided like we'll go with full screen, not with a side panel or something. Then they also give AI driven autocomplete, as you see um in the top. When they type, they can get, so I think we have a different slide for this, where we have shown the autocomplete bar itself there, and there was a next step suggestions contextual to user journey. So if you see these suggestions, so these are not just predefined suggestions, these are also AI generated, and it also covers how users journey is, like where user has come from and what they are trying to do in this particular tool. So we will see they had a clear vision, and they so the first thing was the full screen UI. So if you see this full screen UI, they wanted to, why did they choose the full screen UI? Because they wanted to show logs and tables and charts and everything, and they want proper screen space to show that. And there was a cheaper option for them as well, like using a traditional like sidebar approach, which you have seen, you might have seen in most of the AI tools. But they don't want to use that, they just wanted a full page experience for the users. And this helped to show autocomplete and next step suggestion in the best possible manner. So if you see this suggestions part, it has a proper space for users to understand. And in the next screen I'll show you the autocomplete feature. If you see over here, they have a particular full screen approach there, and they can write it in a in a natural language as well, and they can use the inbuilt tool as well. If you see, these are the source expressions which are in italics. Okay. And so even not just that, if you even if you just click there, you can get some initial starting points as well, and it provides autocomplete suggestions and even suggests source expressions. So these are the source expressions. And so that's how it is helping. So it's for normal users, it's very easy to just for their first time user experience to understand what this feature is about and how can they use it uh, for the first few times. And if you see this arrow, these arrows are also useful because if you just directly click on the query, then it might run at that time, but they wanted to resist that cost of sending a query to AI. So they wanted a button when a user clicks on that arrow. So basically the text is copied in this search bar, and then you can actually refine the text, and then you go ahead and search the query. So it's a smart way to reduce the cost as well as give a full control to the user's needs. And if you see the next steps, so they have given it over here. So as I have discussed this earlier, there are not like pre-canned suggestions. Those are like highly customized natural language processing queries, and that also like driven by users journey through the system. And even co-pilots continuously learning from the user's query, like what they want from after this particular step, if they have executed that. And yeah, one more thing, author was trying to tell that they have used some industry standard, maybe some proprietary algorithms which he cannot reveal for log search best practices. So I mean, yeah, I mean, for this case study, it was really insightful to understand. So yeah, this was it. This was a I think this was somewhat insightful case studies, and for the next um, few days, let me just see how many case studies are there. Okay, I think yeah, chapter 7 is also case study. Then chapter 8 is yeah, chapter 8 is also a case study. I think there are many case studies from now onwards, so we will be happy to see each case study for a day, and we'll learn something. And this was really insightful, I think. Yeah, for the six all the six case studies, like the previous case study was really good, and all the six chapters were really insightful. um, Actually learned a lot what AI is. I have a good clarity now that I feel a lot of confident that okay, what what is core of the AI, at least for designers. So yeah, yeah, that's a win-win, and I think yeah, that's a good thing that we have covered six chapters till now, and yeah, this will be useful in the future. So thanks everyone, thanks for joining in, and I'll sign off today. We'll meet tomorrow with another case study. Yeah, thank you.